told me to try to go to guest relation and talk to somebody that has common sense. And they apologized
And we
for what I
spoke to
and I told her I've been
we
there
spoke
before.
to a
and it's
Mr.
like,
Nine.
And it's like talking to the wall. Because
And
like
I
I said, every
even
time I
told
go, I speak to that girl. She's like nasty.
In
And I
Royal
said,
Caribbean,
I
the
told
main
them, I don't
headquarters,
need
Mr.
this.
Nine, do you
I don't
know
pay. I
him?
didn't spend all this money to come here and get treated like a piece of shit.
There's 9 people on board with us. That's
We've
a lot of
traveled this
people.
life many times.
And it's sad because this was actually our gift to my parents, and this is how we're getting treated.
And I've been on your cruise ship
Yeah.
since the Nordic Prince, okay?
Back in
But
the
this
day.
would be the last time I ride on this ship. And I told people at the port, the other how we were treated, and they couldn't believe it. They would never ride on this cruise line again.
Well, we weren't the only complainants.
Yeah,
You know,
a lot of
it's just
people
that all
here,
I
but
didn't ask
nobody
for
has
anything
the
this whole
balls to
time.
say
All I
anything.
asked was, would somebody check on him because we wanted to do the excursion. We have a 15-year-old son, and he wanted. He said, "Mom, I'm sick right now," and he said, "Can't you, come with me?" So what was I supposed to do? All I asked, check him. Maybe you can, throw some food at him, But they said absolutely not. This
But
is
when
not.
we came back from the excursion 6 hours later, he was still sitting.
It's still in the same
exact
seat
spot.
and hadn't eaten and had his insulin. I had fed him breakfast, of course, before I left, but, it was crazy. It's crazy.
So basically, all you were requesting was for
Somebody-
someone to
It
get.
doesn't.
Maybe you walk him back
Carol,
down.
it doesn't matter. You're
It
gonna
doesn't
repeat
matter.
the same thing,
All right,
same thing.
relax,
All it
she's
is
just
is,
asking,
all it is a
John.
sympathy conversation. You don't need their sympathy.
John.
Mr. John, if I could just say something without an interruption, please. This is not a sympathy conversation. We've done wrong.
You most certainly did.
Okay, let
Allow
her
me to
finish, let her
please.
finish.
We've done wrong. And this is my job to get to the bottom of why you are feeling this way. What it is that our team did to drop the ball in such a way that's making you, all 4 of you, sit with the faces that you have at the moment, I mean, I have sick parents too. When I deal with people like yourselves who could be my parents, I put myself
Right,
in the
no,
shoes
she's right.
that these guys are at the moment. How would I feel if this was my parents?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
This conversation would never happen if we would have never made the phone call. Is that correct? Because I don't think we would have been sitting right here if none of the phone calls would have been made
The reason why we're
yesterday.
here is because of
Of
the
that
report
false statement that was said,
Yeah.
that he said something.
So now I'm getting to
But-
know the rest
so
of the things
if-
that is all linked to, I mean, I didn't know that you guys were 9 traveling together, obviously
Yeah, 9
different
of us.
state
We
numbers.
didn't know anything about the phone call.
So,
This is-
Because I called
this
my
is-
travel agent,
But you have to
and I
understand
told
that
her what was
it's
going on.
stressful here.
And then my travel
And
agent
it's
told
stressful
me
for all of us.
that she was gonna have some forms ready for me, so when I get back, I can write she's gonna have a whole bunch of forms for me. And then she told me, call Royal Caribbean and then discuss them with them. I called Royal Caribbean. I told them everything that happened. They told me, why don't you go to guest relation and tell them? I said, every time I go to guest relation, either I get nasty or I get an argument with them. She said, then try to see if you can act for somebody that has common sense. She gave me a phone number to call. And then I handled my father-in-law the phone number and he called.
do you recall the name of the person?
Yes, I do.
Because they did reach out to us.
His name was Nine.
No.
His
the number
Nine.
Like,
And I said, what is this, a joke? Are you joking with me? He goes, no, sir, my name is Nine.
the phone number, I
I-
have it on my other cell phone upstairs.
It's a 1-800 number.
Yeah, and it was I have the
Ship to
sh-
departing ship something.
Some kind
ship
of
departure or something
This-
like that.
I have it
They
saved in my
asked
other
you
cell
three
phone.
different questions. Are you on the Carnival? Are you on the Royal Caribbean? Or are you on something else? And you have to put in the key
No,
pair.
I'll look into it, I'll follow it through because they haven't reached out to
Yeah, we
me,
didn't think so.
to me as and I just checked my emails prior to coming here. So, I don't know, maybe it's taking some time for them to get through to me, but, all this information helps me to get to the bottom of the concern and of course address the issue.
Also, to change the subject a little bit, like this is what we go through at customer service. We called, my 9-year-old was sick. I called guest relations, he had called and said, do you have any things for motion sickness?
patch.
He's sick. What do I give a 9-year-old? Like a patch, 1 year. They tell him that it's a courtesy to come downstairs and get it. Okay, when we go down there, they said we had to buy it. I go,
Which is no problem. We're not poor
okay, but
people.
they didn't have it.
Yeah, she tells
We're
me.
not poor people.
They first tell me that I got my
I
sick,
don't
my
want
son was
nothing
sick.
for nothing. I bought
So
my
I
way
go, I
through
call
life.
medical.
I'm 5 hours
Oh,
way
and this
through
is what
life
aggravated
now.
me too. I called here, and it tells me that this is closed. And if it's an emergency, to dial 911. We're in the middle of the ocean. I don't know how we're gonna get
Yeah,
hold of
yeah,
911.
911,
But
yeah.
and then I called the operator, guest relation. I said I have my son sick. If the guy's like, I need the ear, like you guys have the ear patch. She's like, yeah, we have it in